It's really easy to add pictures you've taken around the community to the KGC picture archive. First, you need a link to the folder where you can put them. Email the webmaster group letting them know what the pictures are of and when they were taken, and they'll send you back the link. If you want to specify the order they should be displayed in, use Faststone to order and rename them so they will always appear in that order. Add captions as appropriate, identify people when you can, and since this is an archive, that will be very useful to anyone viewing them years from now. Use the link they sent you to upload the pictures, and then let the webmaster group know that you've finished uploading them so they can publish them. In an earlier video on uploading, I showed how to specify a custom sort order after uploading the images to OneDrive, but we've discovered that this sort order will be lost in the future. It already happened with many of the albums initially uploaded. Instead, before uploading, you should rename the images so when sorted by name, they will be in the correct order. Here I'll show you how easy it is to do this with Faststone. Faststone is a free program which I highly recommend for viewing, editing, and organizing your images. If you don't have it on your computer, ask a friend to help you install it, or come to a Friday morning technology meeting and someone can help you install it and learn to use it. First, use this pull down here to sort the images, either by name or by date. And date is usually a good way to do it if you haven't edited the images, because that's the order you took the pictures in. But if you've edited them, like I have here, you'll notice that the date order is not a very good one. Notice that we have Santa Claus here near the beginning, and he was at the very end, and Linda even followed him. So instead, another possibility is to start with a file name sort. This uses the order that the pictures were named by the camera, usually, and that's not a bad starting point. To modify the order, click on an image. I'll take the sheriff's car, and we'll hold down the left click and we'll move it over here. Notice the red line that's appearing here. That shows where the image is going to go when I let go of the left button. And notice now it says custom sort, and we can use this little remove sign or delete sign to remove the custom sort order. Now let's put the picture I took of the Grand Marshal after his car in the parade. So we'll move it here, and you can reorganize other images, but that's enough to give you an idea of how it works. Once you've moved the pictures into the order you want, go to the Tools menu, click on Batch, Rename Selected Images. Now, since it says Selected Images, we better select them first. So before clicking there, we'll go down here and we'll select them either by clicking on the first one and shift clicking on the last one, or I'll just use Control A to select them all. Notice they're all highlighted with little blue marks around them. Now we'll go up to Tools, Batch Rename. Notice that here we have the list of files that we're going to convert in the order that they're going to be named. And here we have a template that's going to be used to generate the new names. So you have to specify the template, and it'll remember the last one you used. So I like this template. I start with 3 pound signs, which is a 3-digit number. I put a 0 after it, and the 0 just means that each image is going to be 10 more than the last one. That lets me put another one in between if I ever want to. And then I'm going to use an asterisk, and the asterisk says use the old file name. So it's going to name it with 0010 and then my original name. And I like to keep the original names because that identifies the source file on my computer that they came from. But you could use a name like Golf Cart Parade pound pound pound, and that would work perfectly fine. And as you see, the numbers are going to start with 1. Once you have the template filled in, click on Rename. If you want to do it, we'll say yes, and there they go. We click on Done, and now we see the new names. You can add captions after you upload the images, but I find it easier to add them before uploading. The advantage of this is that they are now part of the image on your computer, and that will make images easier to find when you're doing a search on your own computer. You're probably already viewing this folder with File Explorer in another window, so let's open that window. To add captions, go to the View tab, click on Details pane, and then you'll see information about the particular image. We're looking at the whole folder, so if we click on Image, here are the details about this image, when it was taken, the size of it, and so on. We see that this is really a huge 34 megapixel image, so this is the original image. And I'm going to add a title to it. Title is what we call the caption here. So I'm going to add a title. I'm going to say Deputy Sheriff led the parade, and I'm going to say save. And I'll go to another image, select it, and we'll add a title to that. We'll say Alex Ferris was the Grand Marshal, and we'll save it. Now you could continue to do that by going through all the images and identifying people and so on, but that's enough to give you the idea. Once you have them named in the order you want them displayed and have added any captions, go back to the email you got from the webmaster and click on this link to the folder where the images should be uploaded. When you click on the link, it will open another tab in your browser, and here's the folder where they're going to go. It's in the archive, the Pictures Archive 2015, and the folder is called Golf Cart Parade. Now, you can click on Upload here and upload individual files, and it'll ask you to choose the files and so on. But I find it much easier to just drag and drop the images onto this folder. And we probably already have them open in File Explorer, so we'll go find that window. Here they are. We were just adding the captions. So we're going to select all of the images. I can do Control A, and it has 29 selected. There was actually an extra file that Fastone put in there. It won't hurt anything if we upload that as well. And we just drag and drop that over here. So I'm going to move this window so I can see the folder I want to drop them into. There they go, and they'll start uploading. Now, after you upload them all, it takes a while for the OneDrive server to process them and make versions of them that it can use to display them at different resolutions. And once it's finished processing an image, you'll see it start to create a thumbnail like this. And you need to wait until all of the images have been processed and thumbnails created for them. Now, the other thing that's important is once you finish uploading them, you need to go to this sort pull down. And by default, it's going to sort them by date taken. And we don't want them sorted by date taken, we want them sorted by name. Now, while we're here, here's this silly other file. Let's delete this file. We really didn't want to upload it because it's going to confuse people later. So we'll delete it, and we'll go back to sort. We'll sort by name, and there we go. Now, after you've sorted by name, be sure to say save sort order, so everybody is going to see it in this order in the future. That's all there is to it. Respond to the email that the webmaster group sent you, letting them know they can publish them. It should be noted that Fastone only runs under Windows. I'm not a Mac user. Maybe there's an Apple program that makes sorting and renaming just as easy. I do have several photographer friends who like to use Macs for other things, but they also like to use Fastone because of some of its other features. So they run Fastone on their Mac under Parallels. If you have Parallels, you might want to try this.